Well, I was gonna take a break from doing videos this week, but I didn't do one. I guess skipped yesterday, and I woke up today not feeling so great and like really spacey, and just not feeling good. So I was like, better get up and do something. So here I am. It like really is helping me process stuff that I like, because I am still coming back to like going through a whole lot of paperwork and stuff, and looking at all the medical stuff and reading it, because like over the past couple years, like I knew it was there, but like I could not emotionally deal with it. Like I could not. So like I really don't understand it. And so like, you know, I get kind of like, I had these, I'm like, I don't even go too deeply down into the path of like making assumptions, really. Like I just kind of say things and then I'll look to see if it's right, and I'll like a lot of times I'm like, no, like it's still not, you know. And so yesterday, like I have to reread stuff like over and over again so I can comprehend it, because like I said, my emotionalness is just not like I'm doing this on my own. It's not like I'm not, and also there's like you know, 20 different versions of like explanations of like what stuff is, like the autism thing, you know. So like, you know, in the past week or so, I'm like, okay, you know, let's get out the actual like ICD and DSM like explanations for it and stuff, you know. And I'm looking at like the medical manual, the ICD-11, the newest one. And so, and then I have to like kind of, you know, I'm looking at like what everybody else is talking about and trying to like comprehend, you know, like what that means for me and stuff. And so in the past couple days, I come across, you know, I'm like, okay, well, you know, because I've had someone like, when I've tried to discuss this stuff in groups, trying to understand, you know, I'm like, okay, someone's like, well, you're just autistic. I'm like, if I'm autistic, that means you're not. Like, and I've even seen other people be like, no, you just have ADHD. That's just ADHD, you know. And I'm not a doctor. Like, that's not something like I can do and stuff. But, you know, the literal definition is like, if I had the type of autism that I had when I was a kid, and like all the stuff that I went through with Greenville County School District and lawyers and doctors and stuff like that, then that means that I am level 3. Like, because, and especially like looking at other kids and stuff, like how they are and like their problems and stuff, like I've never met anybody that had the symptoms that I had and the severity that I had when I was a kid. Like, it was really, really terrifying. Like, I was not, like I was stuck inside myself and nobody noticed. And that is the definition of classic Kanner syndrome, which is different than, like, you are immune to ADHD with that, like, because it's got its own attention thing. And so, like, that knowledge is kind of like, oh my God, like, it's scary, you know. And, but I have read, you know, like, just reading it's like, well, you know, like, what do they say about trying to judge, like, you know, the view of it and stuff. And like, I did look it up, and they're like, you know, can people live on their own if they're level 3, you know? And they're like, yeah, they can. And I'm like, okay, that is me, you know, because that is what I have spent my entire adult life dealing with, is gaining skills and to be able to like live on my own, you know. And then I came across in the past 5 years where, you know, my mother is severely ill, you know, and with my handicapped sister, both of my grandparents have dementia. And so, you know, like, that's exactly, you know, what happened. Like, and I have, you know, like, the main problem is like the reciprocal conversation, you know, in the language. It's not there. Like, I can sit and talk and stuff, like, you know, and if somebody talks to me, I can talk back, but like, to start a conversation, it's like I can't just do it straight. It's I mean, and that is the exact definition of level 3, and what that is like. And I don't like reading that. I don't like it does not make me feel good. You know, I have a whole box of VHSs though that like show it like in full form of me as a kid, like, you know, because it's a neurological condition. Like, you have physical symptoms and stuff that make you, or like, I mean, it's a really, 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 really weird condition to have, and to not have that kind of language and stuff. Like, it definitely comes out. You know, I definitely, you know, I definitely am scared out of my mind with it and stuff. Ooh. Like, it definitely doesn't feel good. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and figure out which one of my doctors to talk to, in order to continue getting, like, to talk to them, because, like, it is a thing where, like, you know, you don't have those same problems on, you know, I guess that's how it is. This is, like, divided into the 3 skills, levels and stuff, and it's like, the other levels do not have this problem. Like, they don't actually have the neurological problems and stuff. And so, I don't have help with that. Like, I don't, and I mean, what I mean by help is, like, I don't have any recognition. And so that, I think that I might have to talk to my therapist, go back to the therapist that I've been going to off and on my entire adult life, and discuss it with them, because it did take my breath away when I made that realization yesterday and got to looking at my papers, and because it's not something that, like, the people are like, you know, like, doctors aren't, you know, some people are like, oh, my doctor said, have you ever thought you were autistic? I'm like, doctors don't really do that. Like, doctors don't suggest that to adults. Like, they, you know, kind of talk, you know, help people with their kids and stuff, but, like, and that, I don't know, it's really scary, because there's, you know, what it is I have a caseworker, and so, I am feeling better than I was feeling in the last 2 weeks, so doing the live videos is okay, but being stuck here, I'm like, you know, what am I supposed to do each day? And also the fact that my grandparents do have dementia, and I probably need to go talk that through, and, you know, because, like, I don't know, you know, like, I was looking at my paperwork yesterday, and I noticed there's somatic movement paperwork, and that's great, you know, like, but at the end of the day, like, I am, like, certified to teach somatic movement, like, on that level. Like, it's not like something that somebody would introduce me to. Like, I had 18 years, and not just in ballet and tap and jazz and all that kind of stuff, but I took Pilates every single day for 5 years from 2 different instructors that were from out of the country. Like, you don't get any more, like, at 20 years old, like, studied in to somatic movement and stuff, and like yoga and all that stuff, and it's like, something that actually, you know, and so it's like when I can't speak, you know, and going through like the health system, and I have people like, you know, suggesting stuff like that to me, and I'm just kind of like, it's wild, because I'm like, I can't tell them, you know, who I am or like what I've, you know, my life or anything like that. So I just take the paperwork and go. But it is good, you know, because like there are times when I'm like not thinking about stuff like that, and I look at the papers and I'm like, okay, you know, oh yeah, you know, I need to, like, if I'm, you know, I'm doing the videos every day, but I'm not doing stretching and stuff every day because I'm not having like that kind of PTSD or mental health problems. So that's not a thing. But yeah, it was, every time I come across some like really emotional information, I'm like, wow, that's like a huge slap in the face. Like, what do I do? And I don't really have anybody to talk about it with, especially anybody that's like really knows me. And the situation is tough, and so it's really spooky. Like, I don't want to cry, but at the same time, it like, you know, I want to talk to my mom. I want to talk to, you know, my grandparents. Like, you know, it's not fair. You know, it's just like, I have found words for, you know, and it's not just me that, you know, obviously that's dealt with this. Like, it's my entire family, like anybody that knows me that's cared for me, like my grandparents and stuff over the years. And, you know, it's like, but there's so much stigma behind it. It's like, I have to make sure that I know, like, that I can explain it and discuss it, like, before I talk to anybody, because like it is emotional. And like when you're trying to talk to somebody, you know, I can't sit and educate somebody who's got dementia symptoms on something, even though it's like, you know, the one conversation we've had in the last couple weeks was her telling me, was her doing exactly what she's always done, and like telling me that, you know that that's not right, you know, that people aren't supposed to be like that, like, and talking about it. So it's like, you know, she has educated my entire life, like educated me on people who like have personality symptoms and like low empathy and stuff, not on mental illness, but like just from like orientation, you know, what's up, what's down, what's left, and what's right. You know, because she's, you know, is very much like, when I was a kid, it was true, like I did, and I still, like, I'm slow, you know, so I may sit with, you know, normal people may sit with somebody and have one conversation with them and be like, okay, this person's is a twat, not, you know, like, I shouldn't have anything to do with them, or like, don't trust them. Well, it takes me like a couple weeks. You know, I'll have a couple conversations with somebody, and then all of a sudden I'm like, you're lying, like, you're just, like, you're crazy, like, you know. And so, and then I'll have to like kind of back away or something. So there are situations like that in life. I mean, I got robbed last summer. It definitely is, like, I was on a bunch of medications and stuff for the seizure, so my thinking and was slow. Not only do I process stuff slow socially, but like, it was, you know, like, I literally couldn't think like very fast about anything. So and you know, when someone is you know, a charlatan or a thief, what happens is I donated my car to someone and they're like, oh, you want to hang out? And then they like tried to tell me that they wanted to date me and stuff, and I was like, I don't know you, but I'll like talk, you know, like we can talk, and because somebody went to Wade Hampton, but like so I was like, you know, trying to talk to him and like what, you know, get to know him. I was like, that's cool if someone has some interest in me, you know, but no, you know, he's a crazy person, so he's one of those people that like. He even told me, he's like, I'm a bad person. I'm like, okay, like, what do you mean by that? You know, and like, he started like telling me all these things to me that, you know, equated to like him liking me and wanting to spend time with me and stuff like that. And, you know, was a really chill level on that level. But then all of a sudden one day he was like made it like we were in a relationship and he was breaking up with me. And I was like, I don't know you and you're crazy. Like, so he, you know, he's gaslighting me, and I knew the dude 2 weeks. And like literally I knew him because of this young dude that I used to know was spending time with him, and I needed to get rid of that broken down car because I couldn't pay for the insurance and stuff on it. And it was the wrong move. I mean, I definitely was not in a place where I was trying to do a bunch of stuff on my own that really wasn't like something that I should have been doing on my own, and I couldn't think straight. And so, you know, I lost a bunch of money out of it. And I really wish that car was still sitting here. I really wish that, you know, my car hadn't been totaled and stuff. But, it's going to take a couple months, but, you know, like, to save up money now to do something like that, but I have a good foundation that I'm holding on to, and it's not going very fast, but yeah, apparently I'm gonna have to continue doing like these videos every day to like keep me like kind of attached to the world, because like and to get up and go do something and stuff, because like, yeah, I've got to have that, and it helps me process stuff emotionally. So might do another one later. I will, you know, wish it was just a one-a-day thing, but usually get in the evenings where I'm like, okay, I need to talk to somebody again, and or talk some more, and just put it out, just throw, you know, verbalize stuff. That's a good way to say it. Just, I need to verbalize stuff. So alrighty, now it's time to go see what's going on for dinner. I hope y'all you know, if you're watching this, have a good day. Yeah, take care of yourself and the ones you love.